thanks to a sacrifice fly RBI from Nolan Haas out to right field with the bases loaded that scored Zach Griffith and broke this scoreless ball game.
I think right here you have to stay with the kid. You stay with him. At this situation it's 3-0. He's probably. I would say he's probably not going to get this out right here. But if they get another hit, get a couple more runs, do you bring in Willis?
Yeah, the situation with Willis, of course, we don't know what his pitch count was in the last game, but we're getting close. The last game they played was on Thursday, so you would think he didn't throw that many. But here's the 3-0. Missed high, ball 4. Didn't have any signal from the umpire, but ball 4. Bases back to loaded for the Cats.
And right here you got a sophomore versus a freshman matchup, and you just tell the kid that, go after this. He's a freshman, go after him and get this last out and get back in the dugout. You can't get too far behind the way Dixon is pitching tonight.
Now John Malumba will step to the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. He is the 7th batter of the inning for the Bearcats. They only have 1 run in the inning. 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch, a breaking ball ripped into right center field. 1 run will score easily. Anderson rounds third, heading home, and going from first to third on the base hit is Mouse. And it goes by the cutoff man, and Malumba standing at second. A 2 RBI single for the Cats, and it's 3-0 Virginia High. Good 2-out hitting there by the freshman.
Huge hit.
In a big spot.
3 runs. I mean, that the way Dixon's pitching right now, that might put this game out of reach.
So a 2 RBI single, and Malumba advanced to second on the throw, into third. Now Lathrop steps in, and a called strike. It's 0-1. Lathrop, the 8th hitter of the inning for the Cats. He grounded out to third base his last time up. So we got 1 hit in the inning, 3 runs to this point. This one, the strike, 0-1.
Griffith got on with a walk? Is that right?
Yeah, Griffith walked, Lewis walked, and Anderson a hit by pitch. So none of the runs.
That was the first hit.
Yeah, that was the first hit of the inning. Mouse, who was being pinch run for by John Clifton, is over at third base. This one fly out to right field, and that will end the inning as Willis comes over near the foul line to make the grab for out number 3. An F9 in the scorebook. Cats send 8 to the plate, that is, in the inning. They get 3 runs on 1 hit. They have 1 hit batter in the inning along with 3 walks to aid the Cats to a 3-0 lead. They leave 2 on base here in the 4th and take a 3-0 advantage into the top of the 5th inning. Jordan Dixon back out on the mound. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 Powers, Huffman, and Larimer when we get back on Bearcat Radio.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come.
Welcome back to Bearcat Radio as we head into the top of the 5th. It's 3-0. Bearcats holding the lead here as Jordan Dixon now with a little room to maneuver on the mound as Powers will lead it off, followed by Huffman and Larimer. Just felt like, you're not used to saying 3 runs is a big inning, but in a ball game where we didn't have any runs and just 1 hit up until that inning, or just 2 combined hits in that inning until that inning, it really felt like an explosion as this one's popped out towards center. Lathrop drifting over and makes the grab for out number 1, a casual out number 1.
And the way Dixon's been pitching tonight, I mean, 3-run lead, I mean, it seems like a 10-run lead right now for Tazewell. But now the only problem with that was a long inning, so Dixon had to sit for a little while. So,
but you'll take it.
Yeah,
for
yes,
what
I mean,
he got
yes.
in return. Dixon has 10 strikeouts on the afternoon. Parker on the other side has 4. So 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning, and first pitch taken low for a ball by Huffman. As Dixon takes a deep breath out on the mound, working from the stretch. The 1-0, this one way out in front on an off speed, and it's 1-1. Huffman struck out swinging his last time out. Most everyone did, in some facet. Everyone has struck out for Tazewell at least once except for Parker, the pitcher. This one's fouled back over our heads, a 1-2. Just been able to keep them off schedule, like you said. When you get ahead in the count, you're able to go to whatever pitches you want to go to. You're in control.
And like I said, as a high school kid, when you're geared up for the fastball, it's just
1-2, way out in front, strike 3.
It's hard to make that adjustment. You're geared up for a fastball, so you have to kind of get your back going, and then he drops you with that all-speed pitch, and it's just hard to stay back
you look
on it.
Silly on it too. That's strikeout number 11 for Jordan Dixon. We're to 15 combined now.
I mean, all these strikeouts, he has all these kids off balance.
2 down in the inning as Larimer comes to the plate, and he struck out looking his last time. This one off speed on the corner, just dropped off and missed. It's 1-0. Just tuning in, we're in the top of the 5th inning. Bearcats 3, Tazewell nothing here in this Southwest District matchup. Here's the 1-0, breaking pitch inside, drops in, a called strike, 1-1. Has a good curve there.
That was a really good one. I thought that was.
That thing was started off a foot inside and wound back around. 1-1 count here in the 5th. This one inside on the hands with a fastball, now 2-1.
That was a good pitch right there.
That looked closer than the last one.
Yeah, I mean, he likes that inside pitch.
He's definitely comfortable going there. And if you're just tuning in, that 4th inning yielded 3 runs for the Cats as that one's a wave through strike, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Larimer.
I tell you what, another thing, if you have a pitcher who doesn't mind going inside and can hit that inside corner, I mean, it's hard to hit a kid like that.
Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball just missed low as Mouse goes down to block it. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Larimer. Tatum waits on deck. That's the number 9 hitter for Tazewell. So far, Dixon, 4 innings, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, no runs allowed, 1 walk, and 11 strikeouts. Not a bad night's work, and he's still working. 3-2 outside corner, didn't miss by much as he walks his second hitter of the afternoon.
Is that their first runner since the first inning?
They hadn't had a base runner since that first inning with 2 outs. They actually had 2 base runners then.
Shortstop number 6, Zach Tatum.
Now Zach Tatum will come to the plate, struck out 0 for 1 so far this afternoon. Runner at first base and 2 down. That one missed and actually bounced off the glove of Mouse, and advancing to second is Larimer. So Larimer walks, and then the next pitch, a pass ball, allows him to move into scoring position with 2 outs, and the count's 1-0 to Tatum. So a spot here where a single could get them back within 2. If you're Tazewell, you just got to start chipping away as Dixon fires. Here's a 1-0 outside, and now 2-0. Everything Tazewell's done to this point, I almost said Chohawi for some reason. Everything Tazewell's done to this point has been with 2 outs. They've gotten everybody on with 2 outs. There are 3 runners. Here's a 2-0. This one fouled high in the air toward the clubhouse.
And it comes back to what you were talking about earlier in the game situation. Right now, you kind of have to. Right here, if you can get a run, it's huge for Tazewell. If you get a run right here, it'd be huge. But again, 2 outs. Now,
piece of manufacturing.
Yeah,
here
I mean, now he is up 2-1 right now. I mean, Dixon hasn't really been behind a lot. I mean, he's been 0-2, 1-2 a lot with 2-2 counts at best.
2-1 count here as Dixon fires this one inside. Now 3-1. We've not been in this territory much today. as he's behind in the count 3-1 with a runner Larimer at second base. He got the bag open at first. 2 down, runner at second, 3-1 count. Might be the best pitch he gets to see all night. This one inside and called strike as he tossed his bat, but he'll have to see another pitch.
That's that inside pitch again.
Went back to that one. That's the bread and butter there. They really found that earlier last week. I think it was against Graham, where they were throwing it a good 2 inches inside and getting the strike call. Now 3-2 with a runner at second. This one skied into right field. Medley coming in has to lay out after misreading it and makes the grab. Kind of an awkward play, but he makes the grab anyway for out number 3. That one came dangerously close to hitting the ground. Instead, it's an out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left for Tazewell as they got on by way of the walk. And the Cats lead 3-0 as we head to the home half of the 5th inning. And we have 1, 2, and 3 due up: Medley, Dixon, and Griffith. We'll be right back here on Bearcat Radio.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today. So it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Bearcat Radio. Dylan Hutton along with Reese Sidnor as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-0 Virginia High as Bobby Medley gets the inning started with a ground ball to short, fielded by Tatum, and he throws it across in time to retire Medley. 6-3 on the putout, and Medley 0 for 3 on the afternoon. 1 down as Jordan Dixon will come to the plate, followed by Zach Griffith. So early pitch there swinging. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the Cats, if you're just tuning in, lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the 5th.
And now that gives you a little bit of breathing room for the Bearcats. Now you can kind of be aggressive at the plate now.
That one misses up and in to Dixon, 1-0. Dixon is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Only 2 hits for the Bearcats to this point. Everybody that scored was walked or hit by a pitch, as that one's a called strike, 1-1. Zach Griffith has one of the hits. He waits on deck. He's got a single and a walk, and he scored the first run of the ball game. Breaking ball misses up and in to Dixon, 2-1. It's hard to believe that, like we said, senior night's next Tuesday. We'll be broadcasting that one. Then we'll get into the postseason. That one misses outside.
I mean, all these sports, it takes a long time to get there, but from game 1 to the end of the regular season, like senior night, to postseason, it just goes by so fast.
Once a sport officially starts, it seems like it's almost over at that point. Because even a long season like baseball, like you said, where they're playing 3 times a week, you think it's going to be a long year, but a few weeks in, you've played almost half your games.
And even with the weather, with some rain, some rain outs and some makeup games, it still goes by so fast.
3-2 now. That was a called strike. This one lifted into right field and down for a base hit as Willis lets it get by, and it rolls to the wall. An error.
He's going to be on third at least.
Dixon's going to try to turn for 3 as it just is getting to the cutoff. They'll throw to third late, and in at third base is Dixon. A 2-base error on Willis. I don't know what happened out there in the outfield. He was trying to cut it off and just kind of lost it as it hit the ground.
It's almost he kind of took his time getting to it.
I felt like he could have caught it.
Yeah,
First of all,
I
it was
think
in
he
the
just
air.
kind of. Yeah, I mean, I think he just kind of.